All right, here's your archaeology reading and listening activity. So read along with me. So we have, what is archaeology? Question mark. What is archaeology? Number one, what is archaeology? Archaeology is finding out what life was like long ago by looking at plants, animals, people, and items remains from the past. So it's looking at things from the past, objects from the past. So here we have a few clues. We're digging up maybe a vase from the past, a real life picture of holes the archaeologists might have been in. These must be the archaeologists. And they're looking at bones from the past. Number two, what is a person who does archaeology called? So a person who does archaeology is called an archaeologist. Number three, what are fossils and artifacts? So artifacts are things that were made by people in the past. So they're objects, things that were made by people. They're human made. Fossils, however, fossils are plants, animals, and people's remains from the past. So they're not man-made. It's a plant, an animal, or a person. They're what's left behind of them. Okay. 4. What is a site? A site is a place archaeologists wish to find fossils and artifacts in. So they might be digging up in a specific area like here to see if they can find any remains, if they can find any objects from the past. And the place that they are digging up, the place that, look, they have only digging up a certain area, that place is called a site. So we've had fossils, we've had fossils, artifacts, and a site. Number 5, how do archaeologists get a site to dig? The archaeologists must ask the owner of a field or site before they dig it. Can I dig your field for objects? Yes. Yes, you can. Okay, so they can't just go about digging anywhere. They have to ask for permission first. How do archaeologists find items? Archaeologists dig up sites using tools to find artifacts and fossils. We can have a think about what type of tools they might use. They might use a spade, for example, but it might be a very special type of spade. So have a look here, they're using a little brush, because if you use too sharp a spade or too heavy a spade, you might break the object that they're finding, the fossil or the artifact, and that would be no good. So they have to be very, very careful with what they're using, and a brush might be perfect for that. Number 7, what tools do they use? Well, they say that archaeologists use trowels, which is a type of small spade, brushes, spoons, well, that's interesting, sieves. Sieves is like what you use to drain your pasta, to drain the water away from the pasta so you can eat your pasta. Saws, I imagine they have to cut through big roots if they're digging through the ground. Dustbins, to get rid of the rubbish and separate it from the good things. And wheelbarrows, I bet you the wheelbarrows to take away all that mud. Do you have any of these tools in your classroom or at home? Puzzle, put your investigation hats on. 1. While planting my garden, I found a long bone made out of stone. Did I find a fossil or did I find an artifact? Have a little think about that. Okay. Remember that an artifact is human made and a fossil is a plant, a human or thing. So who knows? Number 2, while exploring in the woods, I found an old knife. Did I find a fossil or an artifact? And last but not least, who is this famous archaeologist? Da, 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 da. Now, I have left some questions for you about this listening and this reading activity, and all of it is to prepare you for the archaeologist that we will be speaking to tomorrow. So Yvonne is coming in, well, she's not coming in. Yvonne is sending us a video clip of herself explaining her job and how she has been working with Viking artifacts. So that's why this is very important to learn what archaeology is and archaeologists, what an archaeologist is, because we are learning about the Vikings, and the only reason we know anything about the Vikings is because we have these people, these archaeologists, who have been digging up as much as they can about Vikings, trying to find out more about these people and how they lived in the past. So it's all thanks to people like Yvonne that we know so much about the Vikings. So we're going to have lots and lots of questions for her tomorrow.